Why you probably don't need to worry about Thunderspy. Hi everyone, I'm Leo Notenboom. Back in the day, I used to write software for Microsoft. Since 2003, I've been answering questions and giving advice out at askleo.com. Thunderspy is a new hardware vulnerability that's been discovered in the Thunderbolt interface to many modern computers. The bottom line is that if you have a Thunderbolt port, and you probably do if your machine is at all recent, because it also happens to be a USB-C style ports as well, then there is a possibility that your machine is vulnerable to Thunderspy. I want to read to you the description, the short description from thunderspy.io, which is the canonical site that has the information about just what Thunderspy is. Thunderspy targets devices with a Thunderbolt port. If your computer has such a port, an attacker who gets brief physical access to it can read and copy all your data, even if your drive is encrypted and your computer is locked or set to sleep. They go on to say that Thunderspy is stealthy, that you can't tell that it's happened, and any number of other bad-ish things. What Thunderspy is, to me, is another supporting argument for something that I've been saying for years. And that's simply this. If your machine is not physically secure, it's not secure. In order for Thunderspy to work, the attacker needs physical access to your machine. They need to be able to connect something to this Thunderbolt port and then do something. Not unlike things like USB killers or any number of other malicious attacks. Let's face it, if your machine can be stolen, then Thunderspy is the least of your worries, right? If you're traveling with a laptop, for example, and you lose that laptop, doesn't really matter whether or not Thunderspy happens to be used. The hard disk could be extracted, the machine could be hacked into at the attacker's leisure. I mean, there are just so many ways that physical access to a machine can compromise its security. Thunderspy is just another one. It really is. The reason I say probably is simply this. If you're a home user, if you're the average consumer, and you've got a computer sitting on your desk or on the floor, or you've got your own personal laptop that really never leaves the house, nobody's going to go after your data. Nobody's going to go after and install something on your machine. They're not going to grab your machine and install some kind of Thunderbolt sniffing device, which is basically all this really boils down to. And my understanding is right now it's only proof of concept. There actually haven't been any of these devices detected in the wild. Chances are at home, you're fine. It's just not something that somebody is going to get into your house and attach one of these devices to. The more concerned folks should be businesses, business travelers, and so forth. And there, the rule is very simple, and it's not a new rule. Keep your machine secure. If you've got super sensitive data on it, okay, fine. Maybe you want to take an additional step. Maybe you need to make sure that you've got some kind of a locking case for it when you're traveling, when you're carrying it around. Because as they point out, even if the data on your hard drive is encrypted, supposedly this Thunderspy technique can actually expose it. The bottom line, though, is that you should already be taking very good care of the physical security of your device. The folks who I believe are truly worried about this and who have a legitimate reason to be worried about this are the folks who are perhaps the targets of corporate espionage or government espionage and spying. And honestly, this channel's not for you, right? You need more help than I can give you. You need more advice than I can give you. I mean, those are the kinds of cases where I would point you directly at the IT departments in your organization because you need some serious level help. Chances are it's going to boil down to the same thing. You're going to want to make sure that the device you carry with you is secure, or that it is one of the later devices, that it gets replaced with one of the devices that has these hardware vulnerabilities fixed. But the bottom line is For the rest of us, we're not all going to run out and get new computers with updated interfaces. It's just not going to happen. The thing to do is the same thing we should be doing anyway, and that is keep our devices physically secure. If you're in a situation where you can't trust that a device you leave on your desk at home is going to be untouched, secure it. Lock the room, put it in a closet. If it's a laptop, put it in a locking box, whatever. The bottom line is, this is not a new responsibility. This is not necessarily a new threat. It's simply a new technique to take advantage of physical access to your machine. So that's why, for the most part, those of us at home, who work at home, who live at home, who are using our technologies at home, really don't need to worry about Thunderspy. The rest of you, yeah, you probably need to take some extra action, but it really just boils down to keep your machine physically secure. Hope that helps. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is askleo.com.